Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a little bit of an extension of my previous video. In my last video we discussed the training aspect of things in regards to building your glutes, building muscle, overloading your glutes, and all of that. So if you missed that video, I will go ahead and link that in the description box so you can watch that. In this video we're going to be talking about the nutrition aspect of things. We're going to be talking about nutrition, dieting, supplements, and recovery. Before we get started, I wanted to let you guys know that my YouTube channel is now on a schedule. This is the first time I've been able to have a schedule for my channel. Most of you guys know that I've been wanting to upload once a week for a really long time, but things have just never worked out with my scheduling, and this year's been really crazy. But I'm super happy to say that it's finally happening. I'm going to be uploading every single Friday and possibly every Tuesday. So you'll for sure be getting one video a week on Fridays, but you might be getting 2 videos a week as well. My videos on Friday will be more fitness oriented, nutrition oriented, just sharing tips and information with you guys. On Tuesdays, that will be where I do more lifestyle, more vlogging, or whatever I feel like filming that day. Alright, so the first thing that we're going to talk about in this video is training for performance purposes. So it is super important that you are eating in a way that is fueling your body, eating nutrient-dense foods. It's also really important that you establish a goal. Are you trying to gain muscle or are you trying to lose fat? What is it that you primarily want to focus on at this moment in time? If your goal is to gain muscle, it would be ideal for you to be in a caloric surplus, meaning you are eating more calories a day than you are burning. If your goal right now is fat loss, then it would be ideal for you to be in a caloric deficit, meaning you are burning more calories a day than you are consuming. Keep in mind that a caloric deficit and a caloric surplus does look different on everybody. A caloric surplus for me is eating well over 2,500 calories a day, whereas someone else it might be 1,700 calories a day. It just depends on where you're at in your journey, your metabolism, your activity level, what type of training that you do, your age, your height, and a ton of other factors. The next thing that we're going to talk about is meal timing, when you train, when you eat, and all of that. So the one thing that I just don't recommend is training fasted. Now, I'm not talking about doing cardio fasted. Personally, when I wake up every morning, I do like to walk first thing in the morning, just walking back and forth in the hallway in my house. But in terms of lifting heavy weights, overloading your muscles, and going for PRs, that is something that I don't recommend doing first thing in the morning or doing fasted. I understand that everyone's lifestyles and schedules are different, so if you are someone that has to adapt to being able to train fasted first thing in the morning, then I would at least make sure that you're eating a decently big meal the night before to carry you over and fuel your workout for the next morning. Personally, I have tried it all. I've trained fasted first thing in the morning. I've trained after eating 5 meals a day, and right now I'm kind of in that sweet spot where I'm eating about 2 meals a day before I train. When I say I'm eating, I'm not just having a little bit of yogurt or a protein shake or a smoothie and then going and training. I'm eating good, nutrient-dense foods that I know are going to fuel my workout. Doing it this way has been really helpful for me because I'm eating before I train. I have plenty of energy for my workout, but then I have plenty of meals left over for the rest of the day to fuel my body from my workout. Now, you don't have to do it the same way as me. Like I said, I know everyone's lifestyles and schedules are completely different. Find a way that works best for you and complements your lifestyle and your goals. Alright, so the next thing we're going to talk about is diets. Diets are honestly just stupid in my opinion, especially the super extreme ones. And I'm not talking about just like eating healthy, I'm talking about like diets that are out there. Sure, I'm sure there are some diets that work for some people. You know, there's people that swear by keto and swear by South Beach and Atkins and carnivore diet and just all these other crazy diets that are out there. And if that works for you, great, but in my opinion, diets are just not sustainable, and I'm someone that wants to be healthy and strong and fit long term for the rest of my life. I don't want to just do a diet for a couple of months or just yo-yo diet back and forth just to achieve a certain level of leanness or achieve a physique goal, but I'm miserable while doing it, you know? So for me, when I dieted, it caused a really unhealthy relationship with food because I restricted myself so much from other foods that I enjoy that I found myself binging later on. So what I like to do is just simply have a nice balance. I kind of do the 80-20 rule where I'm eating primarily healthy, nutrient-dense foods. My meals usually consist of a lean protein source, some carbs, and some healthy fats. I eat a lot of eggs, lean meats, fish, oats, sweet potatoes, red potatoes, rice, fruits and vegetables, healthy fats like avocados, olive oil, coconut oil. However, if I'm craving a cookie or some chocolate or some pizza or whatever it may be, I'm gonna allow myself to have that in moderation. I'm not gonna go crazy and eat a whole box of chocolates or eat a whole pizza by myself, which I absolutely could. But I'm just gonna allow myself whatever I'm craving in moderation to give myself that little fix. And this helps me prevent myself from binging later on or just going crazy later on. So yes, balance is key. Now the next thing that I want to talk about is if it fits your macros. I'm sure some of you guys have heard of this, or if some people take if it fits your macros to the extreme in the sense that they think you can eat whatever you want as long as it's within your caloric intake for the day. And sure, if you're eating within your caloric intake for the day by way of eating honey buns and cereal and protein shakes all day, Sure, you might still be able to lose fat, might even still be able to gain some muscle. However, your internal health is way more important than what your body looks like on the outside and what's going on the outside. And I have tried this, and when I was eating whatever I want within my caloric intake for the day, not really paying attention to the ingredients in food, eating a lot more sugar, more vegetable oils, things that are harsher on my liver and harder for my body to digest, I was way more bloated, I was way more sluggish, I felt weaker, I was not hitting nearly as many PRs, and my digestive system definitely was not as happy. So again, this just ties into balance. I don't think you should just eat whatever you want all day long as long as it's within your caloric intake, but I also don't think you need to just eat chicken and lettuce all day long in order to see results. It's kind of just like a happy medium and finding that balance that works for you. Alright, so next we're going to be talking about supplements. I'm just going to say this, you do not at all need supplements, period. There is no supplement that is going to be the cause for your results alone. So please don't just go out on the internet and buy whatever fat burner or flat tummy tea that's just going to make you shit your pants and think that that's going to do something magical or be the cause for your results. Supplements are just that, they are there to supplement. But the most important thing is making sure that your training, your nutrition, and your recovery is in check. Supplements can be convenient, they can be enjoyable, but they are not a necessity. For me personally, I do take some supplements, not because I feel like I need them, but just because I enjoy them. For example, a protein shake post-workout is a lot more convenient than going and cooking a meal right after I'm done training and I'm exhausted. So usually I'll have my protein shake post-workout and then cook my meal and then eat. But that's not a necessity. Like if I had my meal ready to go, I would just eat rather than take my protein shake. Alright, so the last thing that I want to talk about is recovery. The recovery is extremely important, and it is super important, number one, that you are sleeping enough. And I know that this is a lot easier said than done. So for me, it's really important that I just write down a reminder to myself that I want to go to bed at this time every single night and wake up at this time every single morning and have a good schedule. So it's really important that you at least try to sleep 8 hours every single night. If you can't, try to get at least a 20-minute, 30-minute nap during the day if possible. Next, that is super important that I feel like not a lot of people talk about in terms of recovery is reducing stress. Stress is horrible on the body. Focus on what you're grateful for. It also helps me to just have time off of my phone, off of social media, relaxing with my loved ones. I like to pray, I like to read my Bible. Whatever it is that's going to help you relax personally, do that. Also super important that you are drinking enough water. Water is literally life. Drink your water, drink at least a gallon a day if you can. Lastly, in terms of recovery, I mentioned this in my last video, but stretching, foam rolling, making sure that your mobility and flexibility is good, that's all super important and going to contribute heavily on your recovery. Also for recovery, I mentioned this earlier, but just make sure you are eating enough. Even if your goal is fat loss, you do not have to be starving yourself to be in a caloric deficit. You still need to be eating enough food and fueling your body. So yeah, that is pretty much it for this video, you guys. I hope that it was helpful and I hope that you enjoyed it. A lot of the topics that I discussed in this video and my last video, I'm going to be going way more in depth on in my next challenge and linking a bunch of studies and a lot of information for you guys to read. So feel free to check that out. I will have all the information for signups and that in the link in my description box. I would love to have you ladies join my amazing little Shaesthetics community and my amazing Shaesthetics girls that are transforming their lives and just making me so proud. So yeah, if you have any questions on that, let me know below. Also, let me know what other videos you would like to see and what videos you feel like would be helpful. And yeah, that is it. I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for your support. Bye!